Mitch Childer strode purposely down the wide marbled hallway, stopping at the end, just outside the carved wooden door to the office. There was a mirror there, hanging over a small marble table. It was a good one, and he looked into it. He was checking the knot of his Turnbull and Asser silk tie and his attitude that showed on his face. After the flight from Zurich and the usual problems with the airline, both were somewhat askew. That wouldn't do at all. Mitch Childer had an image to maintain. It worked well for him. He was known for being neat and tidy. If you were to try and capture Mitch Childer in a single word, you couldn't do any better than the word precise. His effectiveness in his job was certainly partly due to being good at what he did, but also from the way he instilled confidence, sometimes fear, in the people he worked with. He was always perfectly congruent. His appearance and demeanor projected the exact same message, whatever that message might be. Satisfied that he'd corrected both his appearance and attitude, brought them into powerful alignment, he was ready to go to work. In a few short moments he would begin a process that promised to influence the entire world, and Mitch Childer would accomplish that while making a man in power think that he, Mitch Childer, was agreeing to do him a favor. The idea pleased him. A glance at the Tank Louis Cartier watch his mentor had given him when he rose to his current position reassured him. The simple yet elegant timepiece wasn't the most expensive watch in the world, not even $20,000 new, but this one had been owned by President John F. Kennedy and been gifted to his mentor. Now it was his. It was a wonderful piece of Swiss craftsmanship, and it was unfailingly accurate. With a single glance he was able to open the door to the room and step into the office, confident that he was exactly 3 minutes late for his meeting. That was just late enough to show he was in command without being so late as to be obviously rude. It was a fine balance, and his command of it was as impeccable as his dress. "Good morning, Deputy Minister Dola," he said. He kept his face businesslike, almost serene, so that he masked his personal reactions to his surroundings. It was never helpful to let his distaste for an office like this one, or its inhabitant, be apparent. And both were distasteful to Mitch Childer in the extreme. The office was, at best, gauche. He understood the attempt, the intention, if not the result. This ornate office and its furnishings was intended to instill confidence or intimidate supplicants, just as Mitch Childer used his appearance and demeanor. Unfortunately, the execution failed horribly. It was far too ostentatious to be either comfortable or awe-inspiring. As for the man, the portly bureaucrat who sat behind the mahogany desk, Deputy Finance Minister Haki Dola, well, he was very much like his office. The congruency was ironic and amusing. Childer was certain that the decor pleased Deputy Finance Minister Dola and felt it suited him. Childer agreed with that. Although they'd met only twice, Mitch Childer knew everything worth knowing about Haki Dola. Not that he cared about the man, but Deputy Finance Minister Dola was a necessary tool to accomplish his own goals, the group's goals. To do that, Mitch Childer could be polite and even respectful. If it hadn't been for that, he would never even talk to a man like Dola.